time, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. So what I want you to do is think about what are your unique roles. If you would pick, these are the things that are really, are important to me, and they take my time, okay? So whether it be, son or daughter or sister or brother or aunt or whatever it is that is like, these are major roles in my life, okay? I want you to identify what your 6 are. These are your key relationships and responsibilities, okay? So let's just take a few moments and go ahead and write down your 6 top roles. One of yours, I know, because it takes your time. Boyfriend, Josue, I'm sure is taking your time. Whatever it is that you're, is taking time. And then I want you to, and I see student down there. Yep, you're all students. That should be one of your things if you're paying the money you're paying to be at college, right? I heard majors and goals. Under each of those, I want you to just take a few minutes and think about what are my responsibilities as in that role. Okay? I know as a mother, there's a lot to list. But sort of, what are my key responsibilities? What really matters to me? Not just doing the laundry or not just, making sure everybody's got groceries. What is it that really matters? What is it about that? Okay? All right. Am I still writing? Thank you, that's awesome. Okay, for the sake of time, because we have limited time this morning, this is something that I would encourage you to return to and really begin to think about, okay, what are my key responsibilities in this role that I play? Okay, what is it that I want to contribute as an athlete? What is it that I want to contribute as a mom, as a student, as a boyfriend? What is it that I want to really, what really matters in these roles? Okay? Again, this is looking at how we see the world, how we uniquely see the world, which then again impacts what we do, and then what we get. Okay? So thinking about, again, those clarifying values, those top 5 things that you identified. When I leave this world, I want people to reflect on my life and to say these things about me. Okay? And thinking about these roles, these people in people that you intersect in your life, the way in which you operate in the world, in these roles, you can sort of see through those 2 lenses. And I'm going to have you do something that you oftentimes don't do in your other academic classes. Okay? We're gonna write. And we're going to write with no editing. Don't worry about grammar. Nobody's going to read this but you. Don't worry about any of that. Okay? Sentence structure, doesn't matter. What I want you to do is once you put your pen down, I don't want you to lift it up. Okay? Because what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to censor. So I just want you to write from your heart. What is it that you would say is your unique mission statement? And let me show you, let me give you a couple questions to answer that help you sort of. What is your unique purpose? What is your mission? Okay? Here's some ways in which you can answer that. What are my greatest moments of happiness and fulfillment? Okay? And what am I motivated by, fascinated with, passionate about? And how can I best contribute to my community? Probably when you've looked at your clarifying values and you've looked at your roles, some of those things are going to intersect with those questions. Okay? So now as you answer those questions, I want you to just we're going to spend 4 minutes writing a mission statement. It's not, and it doesn't need to be pretty or, again, it's just for you, but just to think about what is it that I want my unique purpose to be. Okay? So write 4 minutes of your life. All right, again, I'll hope you'll return to this. Because I think this is the most important stuff that we can do. We're going to talk about sort of what type of activity this is going to to our time. This again is another, I think it's Spencer Franklin maybe, but just this idea that really what's foundational about managing our time is this discovery, which is what you've just done. Again, really spending some time to think about, what it is that's important to us, and what roles we play, and what does that take from us? And then we can plan, okay? And then we'll move on to the next one. So, okay, so from those 3 things, I think I've got, just look at this thing real quick. Okay, right above the mission statement, there's some empty space. There's, some of you guys, it looks like there's a 1, 2, 3. I would encourage you just to take a few minutes right now, and if you could identify 1 or 2 long-range goals, things that you know aren't going to happen tomorrow, they're not going to happen next week, and they may not even happen within a year. But what are some things that you know you really, really want in a life, that you want to know that you've accomplished? So just go ahead and identify just 2 of them. If you've already written them out, some of you guys already know what they are. That's good. Just for the sake of today, put a deadline on that goal. When do you want to do that by? Okay? Long-range goals really should be a dream with a deadline. If there's no deadline, then these goals are just wishes. Everybody's got a couple? You got a deadline? Anybody willing to share one of your long-range goals and what the deadline is?
Graduate as soon as possible.
Okay, graduate as soon as possible.
Not that I don't like school, but
Okay, so what's as soon as possible for you?
hopefully in 2 years. I meet with my advisor today, and it may end up being like 2.5, which I'm okay with that. But I'd rather do like
Okay, so your goal is to be able to graduate, and you're refining that goal, you'd really like it to be in 2 years. Okay, good. Okay, so that's, again, that's a huge long-range goal. You definitely want that to happen. So now you gotta back that down and then begin to figure out, okay, what do I have to do to get there? One of the things you're doing is meet with an advisor, probably figuring out what classes you can take, right? Okay, all right.